Good evening, fellow vapors. Vaping newbie here again. Yeah, he's out of control, folks. 2 days in a row. But I wanted to do a follow-up to last night's email. Last night's video. And so I'm going to take a few days off, so you don't have to look at the mug. The reason for the video was I wanted to discuss a new shop, and I've touched on them before. A new shop in the Toronto area called the Vapeshore. And the reason why I say new is because it's been opened by one of the most well-regarded people in the vaping community of Toronto, and certainly now stretching into Quebec and possibly out in the West as well, Wes McDonald. Wes and his lovely wife Holly. How's it going, eh, Holly? Inside joke. Started the Vape Shore with some family and friends in the Toronto suburb of Etobicoke. And they are working vigorously on getting their online site or internet site working. But for the meantime, what I'll do is I'll put their link to their Facebook page underneath here. And I contacted Wes and I said, you know what, Wes, what do you sell? What do you got? And he was talking because he's always posting on Facebook about, oh, we're open at 10, come for coffee. Oh, shut up, okay? I can't go for coffee. But he talks about a company by the name of H Cigar. And H Cigar is, again, one of the best clone manufacturers that I've read about and heard about. And so I asked him to send me a list of the products, and he did. Then I found something that I found really, really nice. So I ordered it. And here we go. It's called the Nemesis Copper Clone. I love this thing. And folks, right out of the box, and again, the presentation box is, just a normal box. But for the first time, this box actually comes with instructions. Yeah, thanks. I wasn't sure how to open it. Coming out of the box, it is a very glossy copper color. And you might see now it's less so because I'm trying to matte it down. I'm not cleaning it. I'm not polishing it. To hell with that. I like the matte finish. And right here, I don't know if you could pick that up, but this is the 18652, and it's quite a bit glossier than the rest because I usually use it in 18500. On the outside, you have the Death Angel, and on the flip side, you have an inconsequential serial number with the word Nemesis, and then underneath that choo-choo train with by, and then that big-ass word that I never try to pronounce. It does take 18350, 18500, and 18650 batteries, and it has a kick ring. And the kick ring is good because I use a safety fuse, so there are no gaps in the tube when I put the kick ring on. Some people want to use a kick. Now, a kick is slightly different, or actually very different from a safety fuse. A kick, you can either have variable voltage, or I believe they also have a kick with variable wattage and the safety feature, but it's quite a bit bigger. But you're able to adjust the bottom firing pin, so that should be able to accommodate that. It has an adjustable 510 center pin, like you can see down there, right? Trust me, it's adjustable. On the top, it does have two air holes for air circulation, so if the topper that you're using doesn't, this can do it, not a problem. On the bottom, it has a locking ring that is not counter-threaded. It goes with the threads of any normal screw. And you can see here, folks, I'm just touching out with my finger, and the threads are silky smooth, really nice. The rest of the threading is a bit squeaky, but work extremely well. I've wiped them down a few times, so I think it's just a bit of usage will loosen them up even more. But I have certainly no issues on that. The only issue I have is I find that the firing button sometimes gets a bit crunchy, and I get some mishits on there. But Wes is getting some magnets in, so he's going to walk me through changing out the spring to magnets, which is supposed to alleviate some of that issue. The only downside to this was a dumbass thing that I did. Woke up on a Saturday morning, the cobwebs were still there, and couldn't unscrew it. So I took one of those rubber gloves used for washing hands, washing dishes. Wash hands with a rubber glove on, yeah, for washing dishes. And I wrapped it around it, then took two wrenches and went like this. And yeah, I loosened it, but I gouged the crap out of it and forgot how soft the metal copper was. So luckily, a jeweler friend of mine was able to buff out the gouges. But Gordon's very sad because it's scratched. So although I like the fact that it's dulling up, there are scratches in it. Another thing that happened that was quite interesting was I was walking around downtown Montreal, and it was about 31 degrees out. And when I got back to my office, I went to change out the battery. and it wouldn't open. The heat had expanded the tubes. So I just let it sit for a bit and let it cool down, and I was able to change it. And then somebody on Facebook came up with a good idea. If you ever get to the point where you're having a hard time doing that, pop it in your freezer for 15 or 20 minutes. It should work fine after that. So good idea there. I spoke to my buddy Ken on Facebook, and he reiterated that. So that is a good idea. Now, I have all my boys with me here today. Well, not all of them. It's a mixture of my K funds, and you guys should know how much I love my K funds. And I got them all here. Not to sound like I'm bowling alley, and I can randomly pick one. Both the K funds and my Russian 91s go on here, not a problem at all. And one of the things I love about that is in my stainless steel Nemesis, when I go to unscrew it, I have to be careful and hold the bottom of the tank because it will disconnect. But on this, I've never had any trouble. So I have it in 18650 mode with my safety fuse, and that's important to me because I'm like Stevie Wonder building a coil, right? And I tried to do a double coil on a dripper and created a short that I didn't see. And when I hit the trigger, all it did was shut down the battery. So no harm, no foul. I lost the safety fuse. It becomes no good anymore. But didn't burn myself. And the copper is an amazing conductor of electricity, and it hits extremely well. Now that's some Bottle Paradise by evaporated.com. Sadie, that's a nice juice. I'm enjoying that. And of course, Evaporated is also available at the Vapeshore as well. It works really well. All my K funds, my Russians slide on there without any issue. Here, there's my Russian. I think it looks good. That two-tone effect, I think that looks really nice. Again, my opinion. Now that's G Money, also from the Vapeshore. Very tasty. So a nice job on that. I would definitely recommend this clone. You just have to be aware of the shortcomings. It is a soft metal. Keep that in mind, folks. And if you're planning on doing a patina, you'd probably be able to find some kind of links on the internet. And just watch out the threading. Don't force it. Don't do the things that I did. And then you might want to consider changing the switch out to magnets. So that's it. That's the Nemesis clone in copper from the Vapeshore. Again, their link will be down below. I started a Facebook page called Vaping Newbies. What else? And I'll put the link to that underneath. If you haven't joined yet, please, you're more than welcome. It's a great place to gather, and we have a lot of fun there. And as well, if you have anything you'd like to ask or tell me, you can reach me at vapingnewbie@outlook.com. That's vapingnewbie, NEWBIE.com. And please subscribe to my channel. Give me a comment down below. I love reading them. So as always, stay healthy, happy vaping. Take care, folks.